Hey everybody, the 5 things to do before buying a house. If you don't know me, my name is Delia. I'm with Keller Williams, and we've helped thousands of people help buy a house, and there's pretty much a 5-step process to getting ready to do it. So I want to walk you through that. Check your credit report. This one's so important. If you have a preferred loan officer, they can pull your credit report, or you can go to annualcreditreport.gov and then you can pull it on there. See if there's anything on there that shouldn't be. Make sure everything's on there that's supposed to be. So you've got your credit lines and the rest of it. Check out your credit score, because your credit score is going to have a huge determination of what your interest rate is. Second, you've got to determine what your budget is, right? So just because you can afford it doesn't mean you want to. And so you got to look and see what your budget's going to be. Interest rates are up a little bit since what they've been in the last couple of years through the pandemic. So you're going to want to look at what the new interest rate is. If you got pre-approved 6 months ago or a year ago, that pre-approval really isn't any good anymore. You're going to want to go and get that updated with your favorite loan officer. We love to work with ours. We have a referral for you, so just reach out. If you mention our name, you'll get a discount. So determine your budget, really factor in the expenses. Remember, if your boiler, you're going to be super efficient in the winter, but you're not necessarily going to have AC in the summertime. If you're electric heat, that's going to be more expensive. If you're propane, that's going to be more expensive. So a lot of different stuff goes into it. A lot of people don't factor in taxes. You can Google Michigan millage rates and start to figure out what the taxes look like, because the taxes that are advertised are somewhat irrelevant to what they're going to be for you, because they'll be reassessed and uncapped when you go to buy, and they'll be moved up to the new tax amount. So you're going to want to take that into account. Any work that needs to be done on the place, you're going to want to take that into account, because you might need to update some things. You might need your extra cash on hand, so it puts less down in order to get the updates, those sort of things. If you don't plan on being in the house for a long time, an ARM might make sense for you. If you do plan on being in the house for a long time, an ARM may not make sense for you. So figure out your budget. And then once you've figured out kind of what your budget is, go and get pre-approved for a mortgage. Reach out to us. We've got our preferred vendors for that. That'll do a great job. They'll walk you through kind of the hard costs, the origination costs, the interest rate, the different programs that are available. If you're a first-time home buyer or of a not income that isn't above a certain amount, you can qualify for something called the MISHDA program, which is an interest-free loan where the state of Michigan gives you help on your down payment. So number 4, talking to a loan officer and really understanding deeply what mortgage products are available for you, because that's going to really help you narrow down where to go look for homes at. And then 5, find an experienced real estate agent. We cover all of Metro Detroit, and we're in a relationship with the top realtors across the state. Realtors in general kind of get paid the same amount of money, but the value that you get from each realtor is very, very different. If you're working with someone with the experience level that we have, they're going to understand deeply the real estate process, because we're selling 20, 30, 40, 50 homes a month sometimes, where other realtors are selling, the average realtor sells like 9 a year, which is less than 1 a month. So you're going to see a big variance in the expertise and skill that each realtor has. And a lot of that has to go with how many houses they've sold, where they sell them, how often do they go to continuing education, those sort of things. Are they learning based? And there's nothing wrong with a new realtor at all, but you're going to want someone who at least has the access to the information that you're seeking. And, because everyone's roughly the same price, you might as well get the best for basically the same amount of money. And we happen to think we're that. So we're from Ann Arbor to Chesterfield, all over Metro Detroit, even up to Lansing. And we go downriver, and then we have connections all over the state. So if you need help finding a realtor, just reach out. We're happy to place you. Even if you're out of state, we're in relationship with the best. And we can help you with, your budgeting and the rest of the stuff and who to talk to, because we have connections for everything as a result of the volume that we do. And then 6 is finding a home. So, you have Zillow and those sort of things that are kind of aggregates online, but they don't do really a great job, and their estimates kind of garbage. When you talk with a realtor, one of the things I always tell people is go drive it in the morning, go to the house and see what it's like to drive from there to your work in the morning, and see if you like the commute. Drive past it at night, make sure you like what it feels like at night, and make sure you understand the areas. Just because you might not be making offers right now doesn't mean you can't be narrowing down your criteria right now. So then when you go to look at houses, you can move at a rate of speed that matters, because the currency to play is speed. That's the ante right now. Speed is the ante anytime, really. It doesn't matter what market it is. Speed to the product is going to matter. And if you're well qualified and have your ducks in a row, it's going to help you secure the home, and maybe secure it for a better price than what someone else is, because they don't have those same advantages. So I would drive through the neighborhood, see what's for sale, stop by some open houses potentially as you're getting your feeler out there. You could potentially schedule a showing or two in the area. You can do 99% of the work on areas before you ever even qualify for a home. right? So you can go check them out. You can get them narrowed down. You can do research on the schools if that's what's important to you. You can do a ton of that stuff, and you can work hand in hand with a realtor, and they can kind of give you the pros and cons of the different communities to live in. That would be how I would do. Go it in the morning, go it in the lunchtime, and go at night, and see what you feel like for each one of those areas that you're considering. And then you got to factor in taxes. What bang for the buck do you get for the amount of millage that you're paying? Because it varies greatly per community. When, some of these communities that are up and upstarting, back then, when their millage rates got all passed, their housing values weren't worth anything what they are today. Now that the housing values are way up, you're paying massive amounts of taxes, and you're not necessarily getting that much more in services compared to a neighbor who isn't necessarily charging as much for a millage rate because they've always had higher housing values. So for the same house, you might be paying more in taxes in a community that provides you less. And it's a big swing. So I would definitely look at that and understand what millage rates, and a realtor can help you with that. Keep notes on each property as you're driving through it. Make sure you're organized there, because again, speed's going to matter, and the quicker you can make a decision, the better your ability to negotiate would be. So if you have any questions, just reach out. Feel free to contact me or our team, and we're happy to help you through it and get your home search started. Thank you.